Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we're going to talk about another construction. It is a verb and object construction. As you can see from the title, the construction is constructed with a verb and an object. So it is very much like the transitive verb plus objects construction in English. In Chinese, we call it 动宾关系. 动 is 动词 in Chinese verb. But I want to mention, one thing I want to mention is that Chinese made a mistake in translating verb. The verb into Chinese is a mistake because verbs not only include actions, right? So 动 in Chinese means to move, to act. So it is a mistake. There's a lot of mistakes in Chinese translations when it concerns English grammar. Yeah. So 动宾关系. 宾 is object. 宾客 guest. We use this is a traditional Chinese, ancient Chinese. 宾客 guest. So guest. 动宾关系 is verb-object construction. So as we can see here, we have 9 examples on the board. We see it one by one. The first one, 开汽车. 开汽车. As we can see here, I wrote it in different colors, and the first character, 开, it means to drive. It's a verb, to drive. 开, in this phrase, it means to drive. 开汽车 or 开车 in modern Chinese, we just say 开车 without this 气. 开车 is enough. 开车, right? To drive a car. To drive a car. 开车. So this 车 is the object of this verb. 开, right? There's a verb and object. So it has 2 meanings in modern Chinese. The first one is to drive a car. To drive a car. 开车. 开车. The second meaning is very interesting. It means to tell dirty jokes. So if some Chinese, you have a conversation with Chinese people and they say, oh, you're starting to drive a car. Means 你现在开车了吗？你开始开车了吗？你要开车了吗？ Do you want to drive a car? It means are you going to tell dirty jokes? Right? 开车. 开车. Drive a car. The second one, 学汉语. 学汉语. 学 to learn. To learn Chinese. 汉语. 汉语 or 中文. 中文 is a more correct way to say that the language, to describe the language, because 汉语, the Han nationality, we have 50, right? Over 50 nationalities in China. So 汉语. In Chinese, I mean 中文, if you want to learn 中文, you have to specify which language you want to learn, because in China there are many different languages. We call it 中文. It can be all called 中文, but 汉语 or Mandarin is the one that foreigners usually want to learn. 学汉语. 汉语 or 中文, right? 学汉语 or 学中文. Basically, it's the same, but right, if you want to distinguish the two, there are also a lot of differences between the two, 学汉语 and 学中文. 当老师. 当老师 to be a teacher. 老师 teachers. 老 here, 老 is a prefix of this 师. 师 in Chinese means teachers. 老师 is a modern Chinese to say teachers. This 老 here is to complete syllables. We usually use two characters to express one meaning in modern Chinese. So 当老师 to be a teacher, right? There's a verb, the object. 当老师. What do you do to make a living? 当老师 to be a teacher. So here, one thing I also want to mention is that in Chinese we use verb phrases. Yeah, we can say these are all verb phrases. We use verb phrases we can use these verb phrases independently as sentences without adding other part of speech. Yeah, that is one tricky part, also one convenient part of the language. 当老师. So what do you do to make a living? You can say in English, I'm a teacher, right? I'm a teacher. But in Chinese, you can say 当老师. That's enough. 当老师. A verb phrase. And this one, 进教室. 进教室. 进 is a verb to enter, to go in, to go into. 教室, the class, the classroom. To enter the classroom, 进教室. Right? This 教室 is an object, and 进 is a verb. 进教室. Next one, 去上海 is a place, a city. Shanghai, or some people say Shanghai. In Chinese, we say Shanghai. 去上海, to go to Shanghai. To go to Shanghai. And 晒太阳. 晒太阳. 太阳, the sun. 晒 is a verb. It means to bath the sun, to bath under the sun. In Chinese, we use one verb phrase, 晒太阳, to express that someone is bathing or bathing the sun. 晒太阳, 晒 is a verb, 晒. Next one, 走路. 走路. 走 is a verb, to walk. To walk. And literally, this verb phrase means to walk the street or to walk the road. Right? It means to walk. 走路. 路 is a road. 走路 is an object. 走 is a verb. 走路. So, if you want to use this verb phrase in one sentence, I'll give you an example. 我正在走路. 我正在走路，看到一个乞丐。While I was walking, I saw a beggar. 走路，我正在走路。While I was, so 我正在走路。In Chinese, it can be used independently as a sentence. But if you translate that into English, you have to say, while I was walking, you have to have a main clause. Right? So 走路，我正在走路. In English, I believe it's a dependent clause. Okay, the next one, 说话. 说 is to speak, to talk. 话, it means words, to tell words or to speak some words. So in English, it seems that it's redundant, but in Chinese, it's not. 说话. 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 Sometimes some parents, they used to educate their kids or yell at their kids in Chinese. So when the kids did something wrong and the parents wanted their kids to tell the truth, so they say 说话. It's a command, right? They demand their is to speak. Don't be silent. 说话 to tell the truth. Speak. So speak can also be used as comparative sentence, imperative sentence. 说话 yeah, not only to talk to me, but speak. You must speak. 说话 Last one, 骂人 骂人 So in English, this one also seems like a redundant phrase because if you curse, this 骂 is curse, to curse. If you want to curse, you have to curse somebody, right? You have to curse, or you mainly want to curse. You curse the object you want to curse. 80% or 90% is the person, right? 骂人. So it seems that Chinese implies that there are some other objects that you can curse, but no, that's not the case. 骂人 to curse someone. So 骂人 we also, if you argue with someone and somebody suddenly attacks you verbally, and you may notice the Chinese will say 你骂人 and a question mark. Are you cursing me? 你骂人 Why are you cursing me? You are cursing me. So this is a very commonly seen Chinese phrase. 你骂人 is a accuse of somebody doing the curse thing. 你骂人 right? 你骂人吗? Are you cursing me? Are you cursing me? 你骂人 Why are you cursing me? It means you are doing something very bad. Cursing is not very good. 骂人 Ma is a verb and 人 is the object. 骂人 So we don't imply that you can say 骂狗. We don't imply you can say to curse animals. Right? We use 人. We don't imply there are also Chinese verb phrases to say 骂动物 or to curse animals 动物. No, we don't imply that. So to curse in Chinese is 骂人. Okay, this is a verb object 动宾关系. In Chinese, we have tons of huge amount of these constructions. You may notice them in Chinese newspapers or some passages, all types of passages. So I hope you have learned something in this video. See you next time.